Hello MonstersAbound here and welcome back to Total War Warhammer 2 Mortal Empires and the second part of my Nagarythe campaign. Last episode was a rush, but then what episode with me isn't? It's always a roller coaster ride of thrills and spills where I spent last episode 13 minutes. Recruiting units and ending turn. Pow! Heavy action laden hits after heavy action laden hits. If you are of a nervous disposition, then look away now because this is going to be all action all the time. So much so, in fact, that I'm going to give you a second before we get back into adrenaline face-smashing action to catch your breath. Okay, so last time we defeated Morathi. She was penetrated multiple times. Stop sniggering at the back. Penetrated multiple times by arrows. Actually quite devastating for her. She may never walk again. But that's what you get for only wearing nipple armour. It's something. I'm not going to take that away from her. But also, I think more is definitely more in this case. It also proves that Alith is no gentleman. But then Morathi is definitely no lady. From the shadows. Exactly. So Alith is currently laying siege to this ancient city of Quintus. We moved quite quickly, defeated both of these armies, and then moved into lay siege to that. So we should be able to grab that next turn. We do have some slight public order problems here, but we've still got 9 turns for rebellion. So we're generally, I think, okay. Yeah, well, you say that. Once we've got the ancient city of Quintus, we also need to mop up the rest of these dark elves over here. But we will have the catacombs, which should reduce the penalty due to the presence of chaos corruption. It's also going to be battle. Yes, well, give us a sec, Alith. It's also going to increase the income from all buildings in this province, which is pretty major. So we can really use this province to make some really good cash. That's definitely what we're going to be doing. I'm really hoping that this Sabioth there doesn't manage to assault us, because if he does, that could be problematic. But I think the enemy armies are so beaten up that they're not going to be too much of an issue. So this probably should be fine. So I guess let's just end the turn. So Sabioth did actually try and assault us, but fortunately he then ended up committing suicide. So good work there. Apparently Arnheim is unhappy. A popular troop of a popular troop of actors has been touring this province, but their performances seem darker and more perverse with each fresh act. Do they dare spread the twisted influence of, whisper it, the cult of pleasure? I didn't whisper it. The common gossip suggests as much, yet the authorities do nothing to intervene. Yet you might expect public order in the province has decreased as a result. You'd think it would increase, wouldn't you? I mean, surely? Don't know. Anyway, let's go and kill these guys. Let's do that.
The Druki will rise again.
I don't believe that to be the case. Now, I've got a confession to make, because obviously someone has spent a lot of time making this absolutely stunning battering ram. I mean, look at this. This is a work of art. It's glorious. You know what it's going to do? Nothing. Nothing, basically. We're not going to actually advance on the city. Our spearmen are just going to be a distraction. A distraction so that our shadow walkers can reach the wall. They do not. But they are a bit fucking sneaky. So all of the enemy are currently watching this little force out here, while our shadow walkers are scaling the completely undefended walls. Oh, and Feathers McGraw's flown off into the corner because, I mean, the likelihood is he'd take a bolt to the face, and that would, he'd then only be good for like rations, wouldn't he? Like just turkey sandwiches for everyone forever. It'd be like after Christmas, you know, when you just have that period where everyone's just eating turkey sandwiches for like 3 weeks, and by the end of it, you're just like, oh. Me, if I see any more cranberry sauce, I'm going to be sick. So basically, we're just going to get Feathers McGraw to fly over there, and just he can stay in the corner. That's fine. So as our Shadow Walkers manage to get up onto the wall, then these Dark Shards are suddenly going to get some extreme acupuncture from behind and probably go, where the fuck did that come from? Already, we're getting some nice shots in there. Excellent. Just whittling them down while our Spearmen bravely tank all the ballista shots. You're doing great, guys. I mean, these guys, not so much. These guys, they are, yeah, they're not looking so good. But you guys, stoic. Absolutely bloody stoic. Good work, guys. Very, very good to see. So, Shadow Walkers, as more and more of them reach the top of the wall, you can see these just barrage of shots increases. There's a large pile of dead Dark Elves there now. And some of the Shadow Walkers are actually heading straight for the city centre, which is completely undefended. So we're just whittling them down, and as we move on the city centre, suddenly the Dark Elves are going to realise something's up. I mean, you think that all their bodies of their friends next to them filled with arrows would be somewhat of a potential red flag, but I guess not. What is going to be a red flag is when we steal their red flag and put a yellow one up in its place. They do have a Dreadlord down here, sword and shield. So unlike Morathi, is actually armoured. You see, that's sensible. Also got shield, very sensible. This is a very sensible lady. She knows what's up. So as you can see, all the Dark Elves now making for the city centre. They've abandoned. They've like, no, it was a trap. It's a trap. Knocking down tents and shit. Oh, there's someone's left their cupboards out. I mean, I hope that wasn't expensive. That looked like some very expensive glassware that just got trashed. But mind you, I guess that's you know, if you leave it in the middle of the road, it's bound to happen, isn't it? That's on them, really. So we've got some Black Ark Corsairs. Now these guys are actually fairly fast at 40 speed. Or they were 40 speed. They're 31 now that we filled them full of poison. So they're going to advance on the Shadow Walkers. Shadow Walkers are just going to wander off. Yeah, we'll just run off in the other direction, thanks. Just keep filling you full of arrows. See how that works for you. Guess what? It doesn't work for them. They do not like it. This guy's got an arrow in his head. That's got a smart. In fact, several of them have got arrows in the head. Nope, they changed their mind. They're off. However, the Dreadlord is going to tank it. Look at that. She's got a shield up. She's just wading through the hail of fire. Unfortunately, she's more concerned with her flag than she is of the arrows. That's going to be a mistake. So she is going to just be able to tank all of these arrows because she's got like 6 or 7 lodged in a shield. And then several more lodged in, you know, probably quite vital, important internal organs. While that's happening, the other Shadow Walkers have actually taken the walls and are now behind the Dark Shards and just going to whittle them down. Not very sensible, to be honest, guys. The Dreadlord is desperately trying to get her flag back, but she's really ignoring all these arrows, and it's not working very well, is it? I mean, it'd be worse if you only had nipple armor, to be fair. But yeah, there we go. She's now running away. She's decided the flag isn't worth it. Unfortunately, it's a bit late for her. She takes a few more arrows in the back, and down she goes. Ouch. It's got a sting. And as that happens, the rest of the Dark Shells now run for their lives, but they're in a bit of a crossfire. They're going to make a run for it. They're knocking down people's houses. Tents going down. How many are going to escape? I'm going to call this Bob, Jim, and Simon. Simon, Bob, and Jim. No, Simon's down. Jim. No, Jim's down. Bob. Make a run for it, Bob. You've got this, Bob. Get away. Warn the others. Oh, Bob. Bob's got away. I think that went very well. Our Shadow Walkers once again pulling it out of the bag. Our Spearmen soaking up all that fire and even managed to survive, as did Feathers McGraw. I mean, mostly because he flew away, but
leave nothing.
We're just going to occupy.
I'm empowered by Lokhir.
What of Pleasure has been destroyed. There we go. Turn 10. And we have the Catacombs of Quintus under our control. Excellent. And we've also got somewhere we can recruit some different units. Thank God for that. Is there any point recruiting? I'm always like of this thought that there's literally no point recruiting Spearmen, because you can get Lothern Seaguard, who slightly less health, but I do have less melee defense, but not by much. They don't have a shield at the moment, and who doesn't want like an entire? I mean, they are cheaper, not by much. So we'll get all the Spearmen. Lothern Seaguard even. And we'll recruit some global as well. Why not?
There's prey.
Yes, there is. We could actually get rid of these guys. Let's do that. They've fought well.
Shattered realm.
But Yeah. Okay, let's get some more Lothern Sea Guards. I don't think we can build anything. No, everyone's going to be really unhappy because of corruption, even despite the fact that we've got the Catechism Quintex. But our money's actually looking quite good because we've got the income from this. And we've also got Arnheim. Ooh. Yeah, I know. Could do that. It's not really going to help, is it? Well, it'll slow it down. 8 turns. I'll take it.
Twilight is here.
Indeed. Indeed. Right, so this is going to give ammunition for Archers, Lothern Sea Guard, Shadow Warriors, Shadow Walkers, Sisters of Avalon. Right, okay, good. Like that. Melee defense for Lothern Sea Guard. Okay. Anything that gives more... I don't think there's anything that gives more stats for the Shadow Walkers apart from Ruthless, which gives them +5 melee attack, which isn't the worst. So let's go for Bowmaster because we've got a lot of bows. Let's be honest here. Let's not, you know, let's call a duck a duck. We have a lot of bows, so the more arrows we have, probably the better. I don't want my forces squabbling over arrows. You know, it's just like everyone should just have their own arrows. It's gonna be fine. We have right. We need Exirion. Where's he? He's actually over there. Is he moving on Arnheim? Well, we'll have recruitment in 1 turn.
Revenge.
We do need some replenishment, but generally I think we're okay. We'll keep an eye on. Now, obviously, the Chaos Corruption will drop slowly now that Morathi is gone, but we still need to get some buildings there that are going to reduce it even more. I don't know if Sildrator actually increases Chaos Corruption. I suspect they do because they were unhappy last time about the lack of corruption. So that suggests to me that they are a Cult of Pleasure-like faction in that they generate Chaos Corruption. Oh look, there's Exirion. Okay, well, even if he does lay siege to Arnheim, no biggie. So, oh, Bleakholds and Sildrator have to... Are we actually... Well, we're not actually at war with Sildrator, are we? No, we're not.
A darkness is spreading.
You have got a bit of a shit army, so do I have to care? I don't think I do. I think we can just mosey over there. Let's untax you. Let's tax you.
My realm.
It's a bit of a problem, but I think we'll be okay. We can just knock him out. Plus, we'll get this thing. So we'll get plus growth and diplomatic relations, more money and influence. Yeah, we're gonna... I know, but it's dropping. It's getting better. Look, see? It's going to drop to 60%. No, 40%. It's going to drop to 40%. 40, but you can't say fairer than that. 40%. That's pretty good. And we finally got some research. Oh, okay, let's get military advancements 1. It's not very interesting, but it's going to get us the first rank of tech. So we can get things like spear wall, naval discipline, archery. Oh, more reload time for reduction for archers and Lothern Sea Guard. Fantastic. So we want all of that. And we also need to deal with Exirion. Exarion. That guy. Kill that guy. Okay, so Exarion, or whatever his name is, has buggered off. He's run back to Bleakhold, which is fine. How many turns before Rebellion? 4. And you've got 4. Oh, that's the worst.
Fury.
We could go to war with Sildrator and see if we can mop up the entire province. Or we could knock out Exirion.
We begin.
If I take Bleakhold Fortress, is that going to be useful? Who are you at war with?
Speak quickly, and you may escape with your life.
Noted. Can I have a peace treaty? Because I don't particularly... I'm kind of busy at the moment. Is that something Alith would do? Would he have peace with... He wouldn't have peace with Dark Elves, would he? The fuck he would. No, of course he wouldn't. He'd kill them. He'd be like, the hell with you. Okay, what we're going to do... 4 turns.
Come, Shadow Warriors.
Okay, we're going to deal with Sildra. We're going to knock them out. And we're going to see if we can make friends with Mazdamundi. But first, we're going to take more speed. I don't really have a lot of speed to start off with. Archery prowess. Reload time reduction for archers and Lothern Sea Guards. That does sound quite nice. So let's get archery prowess. It takes centuries to become this good, but the Asur have time on their side. Indeed they do. Okay, corruption dropping. People still very grumpy. I mean, if we can get it to the max level, it will give us 90% reduction in penalty. Plus also 1,000 income, a lot of growth. Income from all buildings in this province, 100%, which is huge. Because that means by itself...
Corruption is rife.
Yeah, I know. By itself, the Sanctum of Quintus gives you 2,000 gold just by itself before you take in any other building. So if we build money buildings in all of these, then this province can become super rich very, very quickly. Okay, we've met Clan Rictus, and it looks like this guy's back. Yeah, he's back.
Alifanar.
But we're not going to stop.
Ready.
We're going to declare war on Sildra.
Break them.
Glorious
To me,
war
Shadow
indeed. Really, you think that's that? I disagree. I very much disagree.
Time for battle.
Time for battle. I feel like the Altar Resolve was a little bit mean here, because I don't think this should be particularly troublesome. I'm not overly impressed by Alith's shots either. They don't seem to do an awful lot of damage. Maybe that's just me. So we've got the Shadow Walkers on the flank over there, and we've got the Lothern Sea Guard already opening fire. And I just want to point out that this is the Alith decoy. Right, these guys, they obviously know he's a decoy, because they are not... If they didn't think he was a decoy, they'd be running away because they're Dark Shards. As it is, everyone clusters around him, and I can fill them full of arrows, so I guess it's no real big problem. Kind of okay with that, I guess. Shadow Walkers moving into position. There they go, we spotted them, but they're going to open fire. And despite firing into shields, pretty much melt half a unit in one volley. If we can get some side shots going on, that should be pretty good. So Lothern Spear Guards firing into the enemy shielded units. Alith is going to make a little... He's going to exit. And then in we go with the Lothern Sea Guard. These guys are actually pretty tanky. In fact, I think they've got more melee defense than... Yeah, I think these guys should actually be fairly even. So far, so good. We've got this. Feathers McGraw is fighting some Dark Shards. I've kind of just thrown him in there. I'm going to be honest, I'm not really that invested in if he survives or not. I don't really care. The Shadow Walkers are just absolutely wrecking units. They've caught this unit a crossfire, and these guys are about to have a very bad day.
I have killed enough.
Well, I haven't. So caught between two blobs of Shadow Walkers, they just get absolutely riddled with fire, and the Shadow Walkers, having destroyed every unit sent against them, can now move in to assist the centre. So we've got a little blob over here. And our Shadow Walkers moving in to help. The Sorceress is moving against Alith. I think Alith is quite... He's not really a melee lord, but I don't think he's going to have too much trouble. So the Sorceress is not having a good time. Feathers McGraw's died, and as I say, I wasn't particularly invested. I mean, we sent him to fight some Dark Shards. If he can't kill Dark Shards, he's no good to me, so he's dead. Tell him those turkey sandwiches everyone's going to be sick of in 3 weeks.
Let others die.
So we're absolutely destroying these Dark Elves now. Off they go. They're running for their lives. The entire army shattered. Enemy Lord is dead. And they're going to try and run away, but unfortunately, of course, they're fighting an army that's almost entirely missile units. Okay, it does mean we're fighting enemies on two fronts, and we lost Feathers McGraw, but to be honest, I don't really know what he did, so no big loss.
Leave nothing.
I could loot and occupy. That would give me your more unit replenishment.
There will be consequences.
If I do that, that might make... Okay, let's just occupy.
Shadow King rises.
Probably going... Okay, 3 turns. And we've got you. You will lay siege. But we'll have some time to replenish. We can grab... Bowmaster. Yes. Let's grab that. We've also got... Caradrian. What can you do? You can hinder replenishment. That's not really going to help, is it, buddy?
A staunch champion.
He really is. But what good is he? Eh? He can spread public order. Okay. That's some use. What else do you...
Blood of Nagarythe in them.
Okay, Phoenix Guard. We don't have any of those at the moment. You could... Okay, upkeep for Great Eagles and Phoenix units. Yeah, that could be useful. Phoenix unit, okay. Phoenix unit, yeah. Fighting Dark Elves, sure. Phoenix Guard, okay. Okay, that's not bad. Alright, okay. Well, let's get you into this army.
Shadow King.
Because that'll give us some extra sort of staying power. And what we could actually do is merge these Lothar and Sea Guard together.
When Loic dances, so shall I.
And then maybe get another one.
You must restore order.
2-turn rebellion. We could go there, defeat that, rush back, deal with the rebellion, finish off Sildra. That seems like a plan.
There is only vengeance.
There is. There's also some slightly strategic planning in place. We could replace these guys with... Do I just get a couple of units of archers? Just to round things out. I mean, they have slightly longer range, so they can go behind the Lothar and Sea Guard, then I've just got a full ranged army, so everyone gets turned into a pincushion. That seems like a good plan. I like this plan. So we've got a quest issued. The Moonbow. So raid the following region. Tordranil. Okay, the Moonbow's quiver is empty. No ordinary arrows can be loosed by such a bow. Only those fletched with feathers soaked in Druchii. That's very specific, isn't it? That's warrant the string to be drawn. Okay, collecting such ingredients would be a grisly task for any southern elf, but it's the Shadow King. Oh, it's a task the Shadow King will gladly perform. Okay, well that's fun. And we've got a Bray Herd. We're not currently at war with them, so let's try and keep it that way. Can we reach? We can't reach if we go that way. If we go by sea, see what's here.
The Shadowlands.
Arms and armor. And sword blades. And a potion of strength. Ooh, okay, well, we'll keep that for the moment. Can we land... We have to land there, but we will be in range. So we'll land there. And if he wants to have a go, he's more than happy to have a go. And get his head cut off. How many turns into rebellion? Not long. Okay, we could...
Order must be maintained.
Untax you just for the moment. 2 turns. That will give us a little bit of time, although if they start raiding us, that's going to use that time up. And we've also got you to deal with. Okay, good. It's all it's all action. I told you it'd be all action, didn't I? And it's all action. Holy shit. Do I want to do this? I don't think so, because we might lose that province. As long as we can kill a lot of people, get the experience, get some cash, build up the ancient city of Quintex and Arnheim, I'm happy. That's the two. Everything else, I'm not too fussed about. But if we can keep those 2 settlements safe and under our control and build them up, then I feel like we've got a good position. Oh, come back here, you little bugger. He ran off. Oh, you little shit. Tits. They're raiding us. That's less than ideal. That means we're going to have a rebellion at least next turn. Okay.
What?
So 2 options. If the rebellion spawns, it won't necessarily attack right away.
The Asher are troubled.
Arnheim has more defences, so we could potentially... And I bet now Chaos Corruption is increasing. No, it's not actually. Interesting.
Not
Or we
one
could
drugi
wait.
on Nagarythe.
If we can get a good ambush, we might be able to
My forces advance.
wait for X. He'll probably come back,
Silent
right?
attack.
So we've got a little bit of time. Ish. I mean, we may as well tax this, considering we're going to get Rebellion anyway next turn, so we may as well just accept that that's going to happen. There's not much I can do about that. Except just
dances, so
we've got a strong army, we just can't be everywhere at once. We're not too far. Oh, yeah, that's okay. Okay, well, we'll see if we can just destroy Exirion. Because if we can knock him out, then we can... It'll probably be okay. But it looks like we're about to get 2 rebellions, so... That's fun. Okay, they've already laid siege to Quintus, which is less than ideal. Plus, they've got a hell cannon. Lovely.
What is this foolishness?
And these guys have got Cold One Dread Knights, apparently. That's fun. Okay, good, good, good. This is fine. This is fine.
The Asser
And
rise
Exirion didn't come
against
back.
you.
He's probably terrified of the rebellion. I can't really blame him, but we did manage to get the ambush on, so that's good. I guess we'll just have to kill these guys. This rebellion's got quite a nasty army, actually. It's got several units of Cold One Dread Knights. That's the premier Dark Elf cavalry. Some Witch Elves. It's got some Black Arc Handbows. It's got Sorceress as well. But the Cold One Knights, definitely the major concern here. They could be very, very nasty if they manage to get into melee combat. So that's why Alith is picking them off. And our army is, we've got the Lothern Seaguard in front. We've got the archers behind, and on the flanks we've got the Shadow Walkers. And there's Caradrian probably feeling a little bit of a melon because he's the only person in the entire army that doesn't have enough bow. Couldn't you borrow one? Okay, well, never mind. Anyway, so Alice is going to head back to our line while he's shooting these Cold One Dread Knights as much as possible. And the Shadow Walkers now in range. Now, these guys do have shields, but only bronze shields, so they should be fairly susceptible. They do have quite high armour, though, which is a bit of a problem. But with the sheer amount of missile fire heading in this direction, it should be enough. They're already down to half strength. Another Dread Knights charging this direction. Again through a hail of fire. All the archers, Lothern Seaguard, Shadow Walkers opening fire. We've actually summoned a little decoy of Alith there. And of course they've gone out of control because they're taking so much damage. And then because they've gone out of control, they're just going to attack him and try and kill him, which is going to make it very easy to pick them off. But we're also trying to take out these Dark One Riders because we don't want them getting behind us, because that would be quite nasty. Meanwhile, the enemy infantry is just getting absolutely wrecked. No problem. So we're going to concentrate some of our fire on the Dread Knights just in time as well, because the Alith decoy is deflating. So we've managed to break one unit, but one unit is still charging. They almost managed to reach us before just turning aside at the last second. One Shadow Walker gets knocked over, but he's okay. He gets back up, and the enemy army then flees off into the distance. So long, guys. Well, that was absolutely brutal.
Illuminate the Shadowlands. They are
Yeah.
nothing.
Let's take the
Release them. Leave for
experience.
No.
As long as they're alive, we're going to get, I think,
Not one druki on
Tracy and
Nagarythe.
Scout. Okay, you know what? I might just leave them alive. I don't know if that's the right decision. Let's get some more ammo and reload time reduction for them. But as long as they're alive, that's going to boost up our... And also, Exirion might kill him for us.
Shattered realm.
And a Shrieking Blade. And a Raven Keeper. It's nice, isn't it? Let's...
Make way. Via land.
Yeah, okay, let's leave them. Because they're beaten for the moment. They probably won't get back. And Arnheim has quite a good garrison, actually. It's got quite a few Lothern Seaguard, quite a few archers, and of course, a Feathers McGraw.
Burden of the Shadowlands.
Okay,
A staunch champion.
he really is. He's a proper lad, isn't he? Let's give him Sword Player. Yeah, in fact, what I would like to do is actually give him the Potion of Strength. And the Shrieking Blade. And the Talisman of Preservation, because I think he's going to become our sort of tanky character, isn't he? He's going to be our tank. He's going to be the Lothar of the campaign, I think. At some point, we might want to put him in a different army, because I feel like Alith is probably mostly going to have... Indeed. Alith is mostly going to have sort of archer units. But if we can knock out this Chaos Force, that'll help that. That'll help that. Why do we have 40 for Malcon? I mean, I'm okay with it. I don't care. They're probably going to lose the Moonshard as well.
Corruption is rife.
Yeah. Yeah.
Pathetic creatures.
Who are you at war? You're at war with Tyrannok. Can I... Right, I know this is a bit cheeky, but if I give them the Moonshard, then that shouldn't affect our reputation. I mean, they'll hit it anyway, probably. That won't then affect our public order on the ancient city of Quintet, because it's not technically our people being brutally murdered by the Dark Elves. Does that mean...
Victory is everything.
I mean, Alith just said it for us. Victory is indeed everything, so I guess that's probably fine. So we're going to leave the rebellion over here just to up our public order, and we'll deal with this Chaos Force, hopefully try and get these rebellions under control, and then we should be all good. Right? Yeah. That's what... Good. Awesome. Okay, but that is going to have to wait until next time, so thank you very much for watching, and I'll see you in the next episode of the Nagarythe Campaign.